All right, so for this review, there we go. All right, so short little review, 10 questions long. Our test should be about the same length. Um, this is like our stuff we've been doing last couple of days. So, for example, if you're trying to get a expression and find the equivalent factored form, okay, remember there's two ways to do it. One way is if you're graphing, you could type it in 5x squared minus 13x minus 6. Hit enter, you'll see a picture, tab, and then you start typing in these possibilities. X minus or plus 2. All right, do you see how the blue now looks red and they're like overlapping? Okay, that's good, right? If I hit tab and go back up and then like edit this one, let's try like letter B, x plus 3, 5x plus 2. So if you have one that's not it, you'll see two different graphs, okay? Graphs are not what we're looking for. So if we can get minus 3 here, then this is just x plus 2. Okay, cool. You can see that one's different too. And that one's different too. So again, that's a one way to do it, okay? You can graph and compare, right? Or if you go to the calculator, you can define x, a random x. And again, I've been doing 2. So x, control, template, next to the number 9 to the right of it, 2, enter. So you define x as 2 and then start typing in these answer choices. Or sorry, you type in the original expression, 5x squared minus 13x minus 6, enter. So I got negative 12. So the right answer should give me negative 12. So let's type in a, x minus 3, 5x plus 2. So they gave me the same y value, or the output value. Again, A is the answer. So you either graph and compare, or you define a random x and see which one gives you the same output. Okay. Now, number 2, this one, if they give you the equation and they have solutions, that's when you have to work backwards. Define the answers and then see if the equation is true or false. Okay, so let's do that. Let's try x is defined as negative 12. So x, control, next to number 9, defined as negative 12, hit enter, and then type in this original equation, the whole equation. Don't forget to equal 0, hit enter. Is that the answer? False. Now we do it with the next one. X is defined as negative 4. Okay, hit enter. Now I need to either retype that equation, or if I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, highlight it, hit enter, and then hit one more time. That's false too. It's not B. Okay, let's define letter C. X, control defined as -2. So I hit enter. That defines it as -2. And now again, if I go up to the equation, hit enter twice. Now this one's true. That's what I want to see. So C is true. So C is correct. Okay. And then -6 is going to be false. As you can see. Okay. Now, number 3, which expression is equivalent to this? All right, so this is like, this is like okay, you can do it by graphing or by defining. Okay, I'm going to do it by defining. Okay, so I'm going to say x control defined as 2, some random number, doesn't matter. Let's type in the original 3x minus sign 2 parentheses 2x plus sign 6. Okay, so I got 40. So which one of my answer choices also gives me 40? Start typing in letter A, 6x squared plus 5x plus 12. Did not get 40 for letter A. Next one, 6x squared minus sign 2. I got 22. I did not get 40. So it's not B. Let's try letter C, 6x squared plus 14x minus sign 12. I did get 40. Look at that. Okay. So again, you're matching up which one gives you the same output if you put in a defined random input. Okay. All right. Number 4, once again, is like number 1. Okay. Getting a lot of practice with this. So once again, define x as some random number. I'll pick 2 again because that's just what I like to do. Let's plug in actually, we need to use the letter M. M is defined as 2. Okay. And then now I'm going to type in the original equation, m squared minus sign 13m minus 30. These are supposed to be minus signs. All right. I got -52. Let's type in these answer choices. And all these are minus signs, not negative signs. Hey, the first one worked. Sweet. Cool. All right. Now, whenever you see solution set, remember that means x equals both. Both numbers inside of the brackets. All right. So x equals -5/3 and x equals 4/3. So on all these, I'm just going to rewrite these as it's 2 answers. All right. So this one is like number 2. Okay, if you remember number 2, you are working backwards. You're defining the answers to see if the equation is true or false. So let's do this. Okay, x is defined as, and I'm going to use that fraction -5/3. And then I'm going to type in And then I'm going to type in the original equation. 3x squared minus 20 equals 7x. True. So negative 5 over 3 is true. That's good. So maybe A or D could be right. Let's try 4 over 3 now. So x, control defined, 4 over 3, control divide 3, right? So x is 4 over 3. Now I'm going to go back up 1, 2, 3, 4 to the equation. Enter, enter. Now 4 over 3 is false. Okay, so not that one. Okay, now before I start trying B and C, if I know negative 5 over 3 is true, let's skip down to letter D and try x equals 4. X is defined as 4. That one time, x is defined as 4. And then go up to the equation, enter twice. That one's true. Those two were true. True and true. If both of those are true, letter D is correct. Okay. So again, you got to try both values in the solution set. All right. So, all right. So number 6, which expression is equivalent? Again, this one's like number 1. You got to define a random n. Okay. Let's do that. N is control defined as 2. Let's type in the original for n squared minus sine 16. Gives me 0. Okay, so start typing in these other ones. 2n minus sine 4 parentheses squared. That gave me 0. Let's try B. 4 parentheses n plus 2 parentheses squared. Nope. Let's try C. 4 parentheses n minus 2 parentheses squared. Uh-oh. Let's try one more. Oh man. All right. So when you define n as 2, you get 3 answers, okay? So if you get multiple answers, define a different number. Okay, so let's try this all again with n is defined as 3. Why is it doing that? N is defined as 3. Okay, so we defined n as 3 now. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to type in these answer choices again. 2n minus 4 parentheses squared. Oh, my bad, sorry. Let's start over here. So n is defined as 3. We have to type in the original 4n squared minus 16. That gave me 20, okay? You don't want it to equal 0, otherwise you might get some wrong answers. Okay, so let's type in A. We already know B is off, but let's see here. 2n minus 4 squared. Did I get 20? No, I did not. Okay. Okay, let's try 4 parentheses n minus 2 parentheses squared. Oh, I got 4 again. Okay, last but not least. Should work. Let's find out. 2n plus 4 2n minus 4. Hey, there's my 20. Okay, so D is correct. Now, on this one, domain and range. The segment has these two endpoints. What is the domain and the range? So remember, domain is x from left to right. Range is y from bottom to top. Okay. So we want to put, with domain, x in the middle, range is y in the middle. Okay. So again, this is clearly an x, this is clearly a y. Okay. Now, how far to the left is our domain? So this goes right here to -6, right? And since it is shaded at the end, it's going to be less than equal. How far to the right does it go? Well, right here it goes all the way to 5. And again, since it's shaded in, it's going to be less than equal 5. X is between -6 and 5. Okay, and then for our range, we're going to go bottom to top. How far down does this go? So down here, the y value is -8. And since it's shaded in, less than equal. It goes up to the top right here, which is +8. Again, it's shaded in, less than equal. Okay, left to right, and then this one's from bottom to top. On number 8, we want to write the equation that best represents the line of best fit for the following table. So what we need to do is do a scatter plot and then do the regression based on what the equation is. So scatter plot, then it gives you the equation, and once you get the equation, you can get the regression. So let's do that. Let's go to our new document, number 4 for spreadsheets. Remember, X and Y have to be at the top, and then we fill in this table. Cool. Once I get this, remember for scatterplot, it's, let's see here. Menu 3.9. So menu 3.9. Remember, X has to be X and Y has to be Y. X at the bottom, Y on the side. Now, what does that look like? Okay, it looks linear. So if it's linear, then it's going to be menu 413, 413 for linear. Okay, so to get rid of this side screen, I hit Control K, delete. Okay, Control K, delete to remove Scatterplot. Okay, so menu 4 for statistics, 1 for stat calculations, and I gotta find linear because I just said it was linear, right? Menu 4.1, it's gonna be number 3, linear. Oh my gosh. Menu 4.13, goodness gracious. X has to be X and Y has to be Y. I get an M of 2 and a B of 3. So when I write my equation, it's going to be Y equals MX plus B. So it's going to be 2X plus 3 because M is 2 and B is 3. Cool. Okay, cool. Now, we're looking at this next one. Now, when I'm reading this one, okay, I know I can take this table and figure out what kind of function it is using Scatterplot. But it says the data can be modeled by quadratic, okay? If I want an equation, okay, menu 416 will give me a quadratic function. But what if I did not know it was quadratic, right? So just to go over what we just did, you would go to your table, you would start typing in all these values. Okay, and you got what? And then menu 39 for scatterplot, X on the bottom and Y on the top. Do you see how that it like bottoms out and it's curving upward like this? This is looks like it would be exponential, but it's really just half of a quadratic graph. Okay, so again, this is half of quadratic, which I know is kind of confusing and kind of looks like exponential. But anyways, it tells you it's quadratic, so use menu 416. So I'm gonna hit Control K, delete that, and then menu 41 quadratic is 6. X is X, Y is Y. Okay, now if you're way down here and you're like, "What? Where is it?" You gotta scroll up. Okay, A, B, and C are right here. Okay, now which one of these has 0.07? It's a positive 0.07 for the A value. Well, that's not positive 0.07. That is, that is not, and that is. Okay, let's look at our B value. We need a negative 0.14 or negative 0.15 is how it rounds. So again, without looking at A or C. Okay, so now it's negative 0.15. Perfect. Where is it here? It's not. Okay, and then the 2.73 is there. Cool. All right, and then last but not least, this one says, like the last one, what it is. Goodness gracious. This is stupid. Okay. Cool. Now it says it's a what function? Exponential. Okay. If it's exponential, then we know it's menu for 1A. Okay. So you can go to a new document, don't save, number 4, X on the top, start typing in this. Okay. Let's keep going here. Okay, so again, I know it's exponential. I could do menu 39, take a look at the scatter plot. That one kind of looks linear, but it's a slight curve. Okay, so if it tells you it's exponential, then you believe it. Okay, Control K, delete that stuff. And let's get a menu for 1. Exponential is down here, letter A. X has to be X, Y has to be Y. And our A value is 18. Our B value is 1.2. Now, for A, I know this one's wrong, and I can see C, this one's wrong. 15 is not our A value. So the question is, 1.2 is equal to what fraction? Okay, well, let's go back. Let's hit underneath escape right here. There's a little scratch pad. Okay, what is 6 divided by 5? Control Enter equal to? What is 5 divided by 6? Control Enter equal to? Okay, which one of these is 1.2? 6 over 5. So, looks like letter D is not right. B is my answer there. Right? Cool. So that's it for our review. You got to know how to find equivalent expressions. You got to be able to do scatter plots and regressions. Okay. Don't forget the regressions. All right. Oh yeah, and domain